From formation to taxation, covering inflation, temptation, high expectations, and that dreaded stagnation, we bring to you Hip Nation.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hip Nation. My name is Sarah. I'm going to skip all my intro for today because why the hell not?
Can't be bothered.
Right?
Let's get to the good stuff.
I'll do one later.
Yeah.
Okay.
An intro later?
Yeah, an outro.
A mid-tro?
Outro?
An outro.
Get with it, Jenny. You said you dabble in video stuff, so
yeah.
you need to know this stuff.
Right? I know. Get the basics down, just the lingo. Fuck.
Oh, so I'm here again with Jenny.
God.
And that is my honor and privilege, honestly.
This is so awesome. Starting to feel like maybe Lucy would be a little bit jealous because I'm spending more time with you. Like Penticton is about to have a new roomer.
Oh shit.
Jenny and Sarah. How do you mash that one up? Senny. Jera.
Nah, I don't like any of those.
I don't either.
Juicy's way better.
Yeah, you're right. I think this is over before it even started.
All right. Well, whatever. Lucy hates my eyebrows anyways.
I'm stoked for today's episode, actually.
Yeah,
because,
let's. Why don't you tell everyone who we have here today?
So this is like one of my oldest friends. 10 years, I think we're going on here. She is also my maid of honor, or as I like to call her, my best man. Mm-hmm. Her and her family are the multi-generational owners of Il Vecchio's. So her name is Kaish Carloni, but I call her Kaish or Danny, which we'll get into later, or Bling, or
Big Booty Bling.
Big Booty Bling, pain in the ass.
Nicknames.
Can I get a ride to pick up my car the next morning?
But definitely not berry.
No, because it's not an acacia
berry. I just learned out
berry.
it's not an acacia berry.
That's an
but there is an
acai.
acacia tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's, you can talk about what you're named after. Oh!
Oh, that was a pop, though.
That
Jenny
one.
brought me a DP.
If we're all doing it.
Sorry, I didn't know
Pepsi.
the rules.
Kaish cracked early.
Yeah, I cracked it as soon as I sat down.
We usually crack
Newbies.
together.
Just kidding.
Sorry, I had no idea the
no
rules. Better just chug it and open a new one.
And this is why we're besties. So yeah, I guess this is Kaish, and we're really stoked to have you here because you're doing business a different way.
Yeah, I'm stoked to be here. Nervous, but stoked.
Don't be nervous.
Nonetheless.
These are just electrical things plugged into a wall.
Yeah.
We're just talking.
Yeah, drinking
All
beers,
good.
talking.
Yep.
This is what we do. It's
Yeah.
your typical Friday night, but we're doing it on a Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So tell us about you.
So, I am Acacia, or Kaish, or Danny, or Bling, or all the names that anyone wants to call me, really.
Tree it is.
Yeah.
I was born here in Penticton, raised here. My family owns Il Vecchio's. My grandma opened it up. But, I graduated in 2013 at Penticton Secondary School, and I decided to take a little break and travel Africa for a little bit. I was there for 5 months the first time with my sister and my best friend.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Africa, that sounds like a trip.
Yeah.
She's been a couple times, eh?
Yeah, so that time I was in Morocco for a month and then Tanzania for 4 or 5 months.
Tanzanians have good soup.
Yeah.
They do.
I
bought
love
those
soup.
tubes of Tanzania soup from Safeway. They're like in a
What?
plastic bag and they give you all the ingredients.
Oh, I've seen that where they're like layered
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
just throw it into a pot of like boiling water.
Yeah.
And, like,
Are you
Bob's your
serious?
uncle.
I
Yeah,
didn't
you
know
gotta
that was
add
there.
like
Yeah.
ground beef. or
I'll get you one
whatever.
for Christmas or your birthday.
Thanks.
Her birthday's in August.
Oh, there you go.
Just a fun fact.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I'm
Here's
going
a
to have to go
$10
check
bag
that
of
out.
soup. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Enjoy your soup.
Gotta get your own beef for it though.
It's too expensive. You can't afford that shit.
Fuck groceries these days.
Yeah, so I did that and then came back home and worked at the deli, obviously, and I decided to take a women in trades program through Okanagan College for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's quite the tradesman, so I kind of wanted to try to follow in his footsteps a little bit and be the Jill of all trades.
Yeah. Was there something like particular that you took, or just
So it's
trades in general?
Yeah, so you get to try out all the trades.
Oh,
so it's because
cool.
most women don't really get the opportunity to, try out really anything. So it's like a week of every trade, and you can kind of decide what you want to do
Oh
from
my
there.
God, that's so
Freaking cool.
smart.
And you can get it like covered.
Yeah,
right?
it's free. It's totally free.
What?
Yeah, from the government. Yeah, because they're trying to encourage women to go into the trades.
Oh shit, Bree would love. My friend Bree is in the trades, and she would love to know that.
Yeah,
I'll let
It's
her know.
freaking awesome.
Yeah,
It's
it
really
was
awesome.
it was so awesome. Like I worked with my dad a little bit in carpentry and plumbing and that kind of thing, but I kind of wanted to know more about them to figure out if the trades were something that I was interested in. And yeah, like I learned so much. And I actually, a family friend, I encouraged her to do it as well. And now she's in the trades, like
No
from
way.
taking that program. Yeah.
Cool.
It's a really sweet
She's
program.
come over and done work for us, like at our house. Like
Really? Like trade work?
Trade work, yeah. She
Yeah.
put up a wall and a door to like separate the
What?
studio from like when Lucy had her home studio. Kaish came in with her dad and they built a wall and a door, like framed and everything. Like a door that works.
Wow.
Like as opposed to something I would do and just be
Yeah.
like a freaking curtain or
Yeah,
something.
that's what it was before.
Yeah, it was a curtain. You're right. You're right.
I got a buddy who's a carpenter, and he tells me that door frames are one of the
worst.
hardest parts
They're the worst.
of their job.
The absolute worst.
Sorry, man. Like I had no idea. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, no problem.
Should have gave you more than just a case of beer and my friendship. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, you still owe me for that one.
It's hilarious.
Asking a lot of you,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, but I did that, and then I sort of went more the route of woodworking, and it's kind of become more a hobby now as opposed to something that I do for a living. But yeah, if anyone has the opportunity to take that course, 100% recommend. Even
I
just
want to
for
go take it.
Yeah.
Lucy wants to.
Yeah?
just for basic stuff too, like because it's introductory to like all the trades, so you learn how to put a light fixture in and wire everything up. You learn how to
Do you learn automotive
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
So you could come and change my oil?
Oh yeah, for sure I could. I was actually really tempted.
I couldn't go this long without a joke like that. Come on.
Oh, okay. That's went way over my
Yeah,
head.
it went over my head too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was actually seriously considering taking it just because I thought to myself, how sweet would it be and how much money would I save to be able to just fix my own car
Yeah,
if anything
right.
happened.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, I can change oil. That's about it.
Yeah.
And a tire.
But that's still really cool, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I wait sometimes years before I get my dad to come and do it. So now I know.
that's not good. Your brand new vehicle outside, your poor vehicle.
You do not wait years to
No,
cancel
I
it when
got
that, do
this.
you?
The new card's got it included for life. So,
Oh,
For
sweet.
life.
well, for as long as I'm paying it off. Yeah.
Right. And it has
That's
little
pretty
warnings
sweet.
too, doesn't it? When
Yeah.
It tells you that
Oh, I
you
got
need
an
to
app for it and everything.
Oh,
Like
Jesus.
kids
Oh,
these days and their
sweet.
technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's so cool, though. I'm so proud of. Like when you said that you're gonna do that course, I was like, "Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
that's so awesome."
it is cool.
Yeah.
And was there, like you said, woodworking kind of stuck? Was there anything else that you like really enjoyed?
Again, mechanics, just because the thought
Yeah.
of being able to do it myself and
Yeah.
not take it to a mechanic and pay.
Well, because you never know too, like how much bullshit they're feeding
Exactly.
you, and like
It's hard to find a good mechanic, a
Yeah.
good, honest mechanic. But
when
we
your
do have a few.
710 light
Yes.
comes on.
Right? Your 710 light?
fill up your tires with some winter air.
Oh my god. And if you people don't know what the 710 light is, feel free to Google it.
Yeah.
It's not worth an explanation.
It's really not. If you can't get that.
Turn it upside down if you can't get it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Stand on your head, idiot.
we're going to have people listening to this drawing out 710 and then flipping the paper upside down.
Well,
Be
there
like,
we go.
"Oh,
Just gave it away."
revelations." Shit. Shit.
So, okay, so yeah, you did the Women in Trades program.
Yeah.
And you still are doing that as kind of like a hobby, right? So, and doing work.
Yeah, I try to when I have time. I try to help my dad out. My dad always has projects on the go, so if ever I have time, I always like to kind of follow him around and learn what he's doing. I was making crib boards for a while there and selling them, but
Which is really cool because you were doing it with like special wood and shit too, right?
yeah, so the wood came from Victoria, actually. It's arbutus wood. It's really rare. You have to have like permits to take it down because it's a native tree. But
Wow.
we got a connection with some guy who had to take down a tree that was rotting. So we got a bunch of the wood. It's beautiful. But yeah, I don't really have the time anymore to like make crib boards and sell them. I was thinking about like getting an Etsy account and like doing all that, but I just don't really have the time to do it. So it's more of just a fun thing that I like to do for myself and for my friends and family and stuff.
Maybe when things slow down at the deli, you could... It doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon.
No, I don't see that happening anytime soon, but, you know, maybe one day if I got the staff and I've got more time on my hands, then I'll get back into it again, but yeah.
I have to ask how you're making crib boards. You got a CNC router or something, or are you just like manually drilling holes?
Manually drilling holes.
Wow.
Yes.
So you're good with your hands.
I'm very good with my hands.
No
I'm good at
wonder you
drilling,
don't have
screwing.
time to make crib boards. Oh my gosh, that's impressive.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time. That's also a reason, but one day, I mean, I don't have a shop really to buy that kind of equipment, but hopefully one day I will be able to, so it'll make the process go a little quicker.
I'm with you too. I would love to have a wood shop.
Yeah.
I've always been in love with woodworking.
Yeah, it's my dream to have a shop that I can just go and tinker around and...
You should come by here on a weekday and I'll take you next door and look at their shop. It's like a woodworker's paradise.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, that's cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Love it. Love me some wood.
She does.
Some good wood.
Yeah. She's not guilty by association over here. She is not one of the gays. She's definitely straight, so she loves her wood.
Oh, God.
Why are we even friends? Fuck.
Yeah.
What a waste.
I ask myself that every day.
Oh, good. And you're the best man at your wedding.
And she's the best man at my wedding. Yeah.
So you did some dabbling in some trades, but now you are back at the deli.
Yes.
Which your grandma started when?
She started it in 1995.
Damn, that seems like forever ago.
Yes. So I was a baby when they opened it, but it was sort of my grandparents bought the building, and it was my dad's sort of idea to, why don't we open up a grocery store deli, and that'll be your retirement plan. So, you know, start it, get it going, and then you'll have something for when you decide to retire. Yeah. And my grandma was 60 years old when she opened the business, which to me is just absolutely insane.
That's freaking nuts.
Like, I'm 26 right now, and I'm like, okay, how much longer till I can retire and just, you know, sit around and do nothing? But her at 60, she was like, nope, let's do it. Let's start this business. And
wow,
that's really cool. I didn't know that she was 60 when she started it. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's when you're in fucking retirement mode.
I know. Yeah. So it's absolutely insane to me. And I mean, she's 80. She just turned 86 last month, and she's still
giving her around there faster than you little whippersnappers.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, she still does all the books by hand. Like,
that's wild to me.
Yeah.
Like, when you told me that, you blew my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who still does that.
No.
I think that's the main thing with today too, is to kind of get into that, because the whole idea behind your podcast here is to talk about how entrepreneurs are doing things like with new innovative ways, and how they're changing things, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to business.
Doing hip and modern
Il
business.
has been doing the same thing since fucking day one, and it's working for them.
It is
huge, and that just puts a whole new spin on this whole podcast, which I think this is a really cool episode for that reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't agree more, and I know I always am talking about trying to find, like you said, innovative ways, and then I just couldn't believe when you said she does her books by hand, and you guys still take cash only. Like, just all these really traditional ways of doing business that are a complete contrast to everything that we talk about on this show. So this is going to be really, really fun and interesting, and I hope to learn a lot from you.
Yeah, it's really insane, like, learning how to do the books from her. And I mean, she's been doing it for so long, and, you know, she has like her paper that she writes everything down, and it has to be exactly as she writes it. So if I put like something in the wrong place, it's like, no, that needs to be up a box. I'm like, oh God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm screwing up your whole work, and you know, like that. And to me, I'm just like, okay, I put it in line down. Like, is it really that big of a deal? But to her, she's been doing it for the last 26 years, and that's just the way that it's done.
And she's old school Italian, right? Your family is all like super Italian mafia shit.
What?
Sandwich mafia.
Sandwich store as a front for your money laundering? Like, what?
Shit. I don't know if we better edit that one out.
Honestly, someone just came in the other day and said something about us being the mafia, and he looks around and he's like, I probably shouldn't have said that. There's like customers everywhere. I'm just like, it's all right.
Oh,
it's
just
all right.
blew Val's cover, hey?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, it's really incredible. And, you know, my grandma's been an entrepreneur her whole life. My grandma in particular, she moved to Canada in the 60s. My grandfather was a banker, and from basically day one when she got here, he was just like, I don't want to pay bills. I don't want to do anything. You're in charge of all the money. So everything that I make, you're in charge of. Like, I don't want to have to pay the electrical bill. I don't want to have to pay anything. And she just did it from day one, which also to me is incredible because, you know, generally in that time, the man was the one who was in charge of all the bills, everything. And he's just like, I don't want to touch it. You do it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And
she's a fucking boss babe before the boss babes were invented.
Yeah. And
before the term came about.
And even like talking to her now, like to her, it's just like, yeah, whatever. Like, but I don't think she really realizes how incredible that is that she got to do that. And, you know, and so then, they did that, or they were in Calgary for a little while, and then they moved to Caramias, and they opened a butcher and a deli in Caramias.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And she ran that as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's just been like this crazy entrepreneur, and
she knows her meat.
Yeah, she knows her meat. I come from a family of meat handlers.
Does she?
I freaking love that. Ew, get away from me.
Has it always been about food?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an Italian thing, hey?
Yeah, for sure.
Frickin' feeders. Lucy's mom's side of the family, they're Italian, and her mom is a feeder.
Yeah.
Well, and every time we have a frickin' party, like Kaish is the first one there with, like, she's there before anybody shows up to drop off the charcuterie board, and then she comes back, she goes and cleans up and gets the meat smell off her fingers, and then she comes back and enjoys the party. But these charcuterie boards that she brings over, they're on, it's on like big, huge wood planks, like, but they're really cool the way she cuts them out and stuff, right?
Well,
and
it's just like live edge pieces of wood, like apricot wood that we cut. But
she brings it over, and like, frick, we got a free board a couple weeks ago, and it was from a different place. It was smaller in comparison to the size of your meat board. But
Okay, look at these things.
oh, those are beautiful.
Yeah, she brings all the meat and veg and everything, like all the really cool charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Yeah, so it's awesome to have that connection. For sure, like you're so good at even her presentation, everything, the way you put it together. Like you're artistic as fuck.
Those guys.
Oh, those are cool.
Look at how massive they are.
Sarah's just showing us pictures of what are these cutting boards?
They're charcuterie boards.
Charcuterie.
Fractal burned ones.
Yeah.
Made with like 2 or 3 inch chunks of wood. Like that's a $400 charcuterie board right there.
Yeah.
It's probably
Yeah.
it probably stands this high
Oh, that's insane.
off the ground, which is about, for people listening, about 3 feet.
Yeah.
They're massive.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, she'll come over. She drops the board off with everything wrapped and everything on there, and then
That's awesome.
takes off, gets ready, comes back, and Bob's your uncle.
Good to
It's
know
freaking
friends
awesome.
like you.
It is, but we should get it. I want to get into that more later too, because it's sometimes you feel bad taking advantage of somebody like that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, go on. Sorry about the charcuterie board and stuff.
We're talking about
Your
my
grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah. First she was a butcher and that in Caramias, the butcher in the Smash.
And then that was her retirement plan, was opening up the deli. 6 years old.
What'd they come to Penticton for? Why'd they leave Caramias?
Actually, I don't really know why exactly. I want to say it was because my parents got together at that time and they lived here. Yeah, but
Would make sense time wise.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I want to say that's why they came to Penticton. But I'm not 100% sure.
Right.
But
And your whole family lives here too.
except for my oldest sister, she's in Ottawa, but the rest of us are all here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 girls and a boy.
Yeah.
Poor Renee.
I know. He actually has another sister too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, another half sister. Yeah, so he's just surrounded by women.
Surrounded by all you little bitches.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really cool when you get together though with the sisters, because they're just a riot. Like they're just hard on each other. They're just so much fun to be around.
Yeah.
Who all works at the deli?
Myself, and then my one sister Michaela works there, and then also my dad. Yeah.
And then grandma.
And
Or
then
what do you,
grandma.
you don't call her grandma though, do
No,
you?
I call her Nonna.
Who?
Did you just stutter?
No, Nonna.
Nonna.
That's grandma in
Oh,
Italian.
that's cute.
Oh, that is cute.
I thought you were trying to say something there and then you messed up a little
Mumbling. No, yeah, Nonna.
No.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and my brother was one of the first employees who worked at the deli when they opened back in the 90s. Him and one of his friends.
It's funny because I remember, like, over the years I've gone in there and you just see, like, it's just your whole harem of friends, right? Everybody that you went to school with, like all of your closest friends, you walk in there and it's just like, you just see it's like walking into Cheers, but sandwiches instead of beers, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Kayla's in there and Jenna and everybody, right?
Yeah.
It's like being part of the family when you walk in there.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and
love it.
I've got 2 nephews and my one nephew who just turned 10, and one day I was babysitting him and he came in and I had to watch him at the deli because obviously I was working, and he's like, oh, let me do something, I'm bored. So I got him like sweeping and that kind of thing. Wasn't on the books. Hopefully this
He got paid under the table with sandwiches.
cash.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And he was just like, when can I start working here? And I was
that's
like,
cool.
well, you got to be 12. And he's like, oh, I still have 3 more years till I can start working here. And to me, I was just like, oh, it just like made my heart so happy that my grandma opened this, her son worked there, her grandchildren worked there, and now like her great grandchildren like have the opportunity to work there too. And like my nephew, he's just so stoked. He's like, I can't wait. Like, even if you pay me under the table, it's fine. And I'm like, it's illegal, buddy. But I wish I could, but I can't.
You're Italian. You can get away with that shit somehow. You can make it disappear.
Yeah. So it's really exciting, like seeing, like being a part of that. And
That's so cool.
yeah,
I can't believe he's freaking 10.
I know. He just turned 10 in January.
Do you feel old?
I feel so old.
So you got to dye your hair now.
I know.
It's going to cover up the grays, hey?
Yeah.
She's got purple hair right now.
It's pretty cool purple hair too, by the way.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say what it must be so amazing for your grandma to watch all the different generations start coming up. And like,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I think that's a big reason as to why I decided to take over and make this my living and do it for the rest of my life is to kind of carry on her legacy. Like she spent her whole life or a lot of her time, you know, she was in there for 14-hour days. And, you know, now to see me take over, I think it makes her really happy to like keep it in the family. And
Well, she's probably got that same feeling you did when, was it Ace that said that he wanted to do work, right?
Yeah.
So you had that little bit of that feeling.
Yeah,
Your grandma
exactly.
must be feeling like, holy shit, this is
Yeah.
awesome. She's feeling that times 10, right? Or
Yeah.
times a million.
And my brother always says I was the best employee that place has ever had. He's just an asshole. And it was my sister was home from Ottawa, and he said that I'm still the best worker that the deli's ever seen. And my oldest sister is just like, no, you're not. Like, Kaish is for sure. Like, have you heard Nunna talk about Kaish? Like, it's 100% her. And he's like, no, that's not true at all. I'm like, Kate, you need to
You're the
relax.
favorite.
Yeah.
Don't you love that?
Yeah.
Hey, just rub that in at
Yeah.
Christmas and shit.
Yeah, he hates that for sure. But yeah,
that's
it's
so cool.
it's really cool. And again, I think that's why I decided to do it, is just the feeling, like the gratification of keeping it in the family and being a part of that generational who gets to take it on after me,
Honestly, too, you think
know?
about it. Like, how many people have you talked to in business that you can have this exact same conversation with?
Yeah.
That can say that it's been passed down from this generation to this generation, and there's even further generations to come. So that's really freaking cool.
it
man.
is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, I really hope my cats learn how to do photography one day. I want to pass that down to someone.
I got 2 kids and neither of them want anything to do with my business, so
What do your kids want to do?
I don't know. My son's a roofer and my daughter's just zero interest in business, so
Yeah. Well,
you know,
she'll do something cool.
whatever. I'm not bitter at all.
Let her find her own way, God.
I mean, hey, she might. I kind of did a whole switch. When I was in
Really?
high school working at the deli, I was like, oh God, just get me out of here. Like, I can't do this for the rest
Were
of my
you?
life.
Really?
Oh, 100%. I hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't want to be a sandwich artist.
No, did not. And then, I just, got older and I was like, how could I pass up this great opportunity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I would be stupid to pass this up. And
it's such a cool foundation that
Yeah.
your family has built for you to carry on, which is awesome.
Yeah.
They've done the grunt work. Now you just got to, it's
Exactly.
a breeze now for you.
yeah, now I just have to keep it going, live up to my grandma.
Right.
No big deal.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Does grandma plan on leaving?
I don't know.
Do you want, like, are there some days where you're like, Grandma, just take a seat.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
mean,
just
it's-
deal with this shit for a
It's
bit.
definitely difficult, especially I don't know if either one of you. I don't know if it's a European thing, but it's very set in your ways. Like this is how
Yeah.
you do it. If you do it another way, it's wrong. Even if you're still getting the job done, it needs to be done this particular way.
Oh.
So we definitely like butt heads on that, and she'll like come down and be like, "This is how you do this." And I'm like, "I've been doing this the exact same way for 15 years. Like,
Yeah.
just step back, please."
There's an easier way, Grandma.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
Right.
And it's hard, but I also, it scares me the thought of her like wanting to step down, you know, because that means that
it's all on you.
yeah, exactly. It's all on me, which terrifies me. And I tell myself every day, like, I would never be able to do it without her,
Oh,
you know?
sounds like an imposter sneaking in there.
Yeah, actually it is for sure. And my sisters always tell me like, no, you could do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You've been doing it for however long, but it's still the thought of it. I'm like, I'm not ready for this. Not
Right.
at all.
I think you would make yourself ready when and if the time came.
Yeah.
I
And
have
you know,
faith in you.
yeah, and you know, like I've stepped up in the things that I do already. So who's to say that I can't
Yeah, exactly.
continue?
You learn a lot when you start sinking or swimming, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And I mean, you have your dad and your sisters and
Yeah.
you know, your asshole brother if you had to call on him. just kidding, Renee. We love you.
Yeah, please don't hate me. Yeah, and I am really grateful in that sense too, because you know I have my brother who is also an entrepreneur, and you know he's always there to give me advice on how to run a business, and
And your mom too. Your mom is
Yeah.
she's pretty savvy woman.
exactly. So I have all these people around me that I know will help me when the time comes, but you know there's still that voice in the back of your head that tells you like,
Yeah.
Don't fuck it up,
yeah,
idiot.
yeah,
So you are, if I'm understanding correctly, you're being groomed to take this over.
Yes.
Not dad.
no,
So you're skipping the prince and
Yes.
going right to the next generation.
Yes.
That's-
And you're the youngest of you and your sisters and your brother
Yes.
too.
Wow.
So
I am.
she's like, yeah, that's a big deal.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like, my dad is very much part of the business, but when it comes down to it, that's not something that he wants to do every day.
He has other interests.
Yeah.
He's got other things to focus attention on. Like they have a farm out in Coston as well. What does he grow there?
Lavender.
Lavender. Okay,
Yeah, him and his partner, and they grow
cool.
lavender out in Coston.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's very much of a hands-on, needs to constantly be doing something physical and active, and let's be real, sandwich making really isn't.
Yeah. His
Yeah. Yeah.
he is go go go.
Yeah.
He's very go go go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely interesting to just it be passed down, like just skip him, even though he's very much a part of it, and I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing without him. But yeah,
I think he would.
It's an interesting concept to think about too, right? Like, what would you rather? Would you rather be joining like some big, huge company where you're the new kid on the block and you have so much to learn? Or would you rather inherit some business from different generations above you and have to live up to those expectations? Like, which expectations? Which would be harder, right? Like,
Yeah,
what would-
for sure. I think for me, I'm not someone who deals well with being watched and supervised and micromanaged. So, just for me in that situation, I'd be like, "Okay, Grandma, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Like, I got to do some shit different here without being,
Yeah.
you know."
It's interesting too, like we could get into that topic now, I guess. What is different from when Grandma was doing it, right?
Right.
And how like there's different trends now. Everybody's doing social media.
Yeah.
You guys don't do social media, really,
No, I'm
right?
not the greatest at the social media stuff.
Which is
No.
crazy because you're the youngest,
Yeah.
and that should
Right.
be your jam. But like,
Oh, she's running a business,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
and
not
I've
easy.
but like
Yeah.
it's not even like about you wanting to, because you've never said that you would even hire somebody to do your social media. You're like why?
Yeah.
Why? It's
I
just
mean-
unnecessary.
I know it's great, and I know the times are changing where social media is such a huge part of business.
Yeah.
But it's kind of I want to do it, but then I'm also like, I'm already pretty successful. So really, what do I need social media for.
Exactly.
And, you know, like I had someone reach out on the Instagram because mostly the deli's Instagram is posting when we're closed or our holiday hours and that kind of shit. Like, it's nothing spectacular by any means, but someone reached out and was just like, who does your social media? I don't think it's very helpful that all you post is signs. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know who you are.
We're
but I'm
open
sorry.
this date. We're closed this date. We're open.
But, you know, and I thought to myself, I was like, how many pictures of sandwiches can I post?
Right?
You know?
Well, I don't know.
I guess
like,
a lot.
show off your meat, man.
Yeah,
You guys
man.
got some good meat.
Yeah.
You've got some great
There's
cheese.
a lot of
They
content.
got this
Yeah.
new cheese that she brought over the other day on one of her charcuterie boards, and it was
Oh, the truffle brie.
the truffle brie. I don't know how you
Shit.
feel about
Yeah.
truffle. It's like kind of an acquired taste, but
Yeah.
you just felt rich while you're eating it. Like I felt like
For sure, yeah.
I felt like a
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah.
But like that tiny piece of cheese was probably like a $20 frickin' piece that she brought
Wow.
over. Like
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't be saying this. The frickin' Nana's gonna come over and kick my ass.
Yeah,
or
because
kick your ass.
she's gonna listen to a podcast. I had to
Right.
try to explain to her what a podcast was. And
It's like radio.
It's a talk
yeah,
show.
that's what. Yeah, I was like radio, and
talk
she's
show.
like, okay. I'm like, I'll show it to you one day. Yeah,
She sounds like an awesome lady.
yeah,
though.
she is really awesome. But yeah, we definitely there's things that we butt heads on, and
Social media you guys don't do. So, well, you do, but it just with signs to let people know when you're open and closed,
Exactly,
right? Okay,
yeah.
so you
Right.
don't, like, that's the Instagram, that's what you do there. Do you guys have a Facebook page?
Yeah.
Do you, and that, again, is that just, you just post when you're open and closed?
pretty much, yeah. It's got our menu on there.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a new thing that I added since obviously COVID and people are calling in orders. I put the menu on there.
That's a good idea.
That is a
Instead
good
of you
idea.
having to sit there every time and read
Yeah.
off what your different cheeses are for like
Exactly.
a 2 meat, 2 cheese, whatever.
Yeah. So
Are you posting when you say like when you're open and closed? Are you posting like just your general hours according to the changing seasons,
So
or is it just
holidays,
like shit?
like-
We're closed early today. So.
like holiday hours. So
Yeah.
we're closed Sunday, Mondays anyway, so most holidays don't really affect us because we're already closed on Sunday, Mondays. But
Yeah.
if a holiday or stat holiday falls on a Wednesday, then I'll just go on there and say we're going to be closed
Okay.
Wednesday of the holiday.
Okay, so we're gonna get you a Google My Business account, and that's gonna take care of that.
one of those,
okay, then yeah, let's just do that.
Could be learning social medias and stuff.
Right? Social media. So the Facebook and the
Yeah.
Instagram. Another thing that you guys do differently is just cash only.
Yes.
Which
Yeah,
is
that's
kind of
wild.
cool.
Yes.
It's crazy, but like I think you kind of touched on that. It's because Grandma or Nana does the books by hand,
Yeah.
and there's no computer. She has no desire to learn anything like about computers.
No, she had a computer for a little bit to get emails from family for like photographs and stuff, and we had to have like a notepad that said, okay, press this button to turn it on, go to this one.
Amazing.
Yeah, like
I just about spit
yeah,
out my
like
beer.
a step
That's
by
awesome.
step how to open her email and check emails.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that didn't last very long
No.
at all. She
Got some mustard on the old notepad there. Right?
Yeah.
They make that shit yellow.
Yeah, she was having none of it. So
None of
yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's not something she's like she says, she's 86. She's like, there's no need for me
No.
to learn how to use it.
Right.
I don't care.
Would
So,
you change that
yes.
if you could?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. I know that that's something that needs to change. It's it's this cool niche thing that we're a cash only business, but I do know that we lose a lot of business based on the fact that we're cash only.
Right.
So I do know that that's something.
Do you have
that,
people that come in because you obviously you build their sandwiches, you build them like you're fucking
It's making art.
woman in
Laying
trades.
bricks and
That's what I took the women in trades program for, so I could learn to build a good sandwich.
Sandwich, yeah.
So when you're making a sandwich, you make it and then you take it to the till and you charge them for it, and then they go, "Well, fuck, I don't have.
Yeah.
All I have is a card."
Yeah.
Do you just give them the sandwich and say like, "Come back"?
be careful
Or
what you say here, because people are gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
Well, we just
does
let them
is
take it
Is
and
it an
run.
awkward conversation to have, or do you get like pissed off people who are like, "Well,
We definitely do get pissed off people. I think the lucky thing about it is that we are literally around the corner from RBC, CIBC,
Right.
TD. So it's like,
go get your cash and come back"? I'll
yeah,
have your sandwich.
yeah, it's right. Like the bank's right around the corner.
Yeah.
There's definitely people that do get really pissed off, and oh, God.
Yeah. Good for you though for saying there's 3 banks. Go hit one of those.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on your sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, sometimes people are like, oh, I don't have time, and it's okay, whatever, take it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll get you next time. And generally, people are really nice in the fact that the next time they do come in, they're like, oh, I didn't have cash, so here's extra
But you don't
money.
advertise that that's what you do. You
No.
just,
Right.
you're
No.
pretty tough with it and
Yeah.
say there's
Oh,
3
yeah.
banks, hit those.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's generally for that, it's people who, I recognize their face from coming in all the time, and,
Yeah.
I know you're good for it kind of thing. But that is something that I know 100% needs to change because, again, I'm losing business because of being a cash-only business, because I can't imagine the amount of people that come to the door, read the cash-only sign, and it's like, fuck, no cash.
Yeah.
But like also,
I don't have time. Like,
so you could be line up out the door at 9 o'clock in the morning instead of 11.
yeah.
Because you literally go there. It's from almost 10 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You guys
Really?
are back to freaking back.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. I have to text my order to her and just say, can I get a Jenny and Lucy? Like, she knows what
Really?
Lucy's sandwich is. I don't know. She's like, does Lucy want this, this, and this still? And I'm like, I didn't even know she liked that, and that. So
Seems
you
to be a lot
marry
of
her.
things you don't know about your own fiance.
Yeah, I know her better. I should probably just marry her.
Yeah, exactly. You stand in. Anybody who doesn't see a reason why these two should be married, I'll stand up. I'll put my own hand
I
up.
know that bitch's sandwich orders, so this is not legit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. Well, then no cat or no cards, but you're thinking maybe one day down the line.
I mean, again, the main thing about that is that my grandma's still doing the books, and I want her to keep doing the books because, I mean, she's 86 years old and she's spry as ever.
Yeah.
And maybe dark as this is to say, but I know that as soon as taking jobs away from her, it's just going to slowly deteriorate her.
Yeah.
And she loves it, and
Yeah.
and it gives her something to do, and until the day that she comes to me and says, I can't do it anymore, I don't want to do it anymore, but
keep her busy.
yeah, exactly, and until then it'll stay the same.
Yeah.
But I know, like, eventually it will come that we will accept debit and credit.
Yeah. That's, I can't imagine because, like, fuck, I got a bookkeeper, and that was the first position that I ever hired in my business because I'm like, I can't. There's just no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
I can do this. Even with a computer, I couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine you having like back-to-back people all day long
Yeah.
and doing books by hand.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like the amount of people like out the frickin' door, down the road, just lined up.
The
Yeah.
banks must just love you though, because
'Cause they
who else
can.
in town needs cash, right?
And yeah, especially now with COVID and stuff, the amount of people are like,
Yeah.
they like don't know how to count their money anymore when they're paying, and they're like, sorry, I just haven't used cash in years. Like, and I'm like,
Wow.
That's freaking funny.
Yeah.
No way.
like, oh, sorry, nickel, what?
Yeah.
Like, they have no idea what they're doing.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like a skill that's just being lost slowly.
Yeah.
Slowly over
But
time.
I saw a post someone had taken to the deli, and then whatever, it was him in front of the deli with the sandwich, and someone just said, yeah, it's too bad that they're cash only, and someone just responded saying, cash is king.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, well,
Nice.
So
kind of
you don't
is, like,
even pay attention to those people that just give you like
not really. I mean,
say shit.
yeah, I mean, really working in the customer service industry, you really realize that there's a lot of people who like the sound of their own voice, and they like to just really complain about anything and everything, and you just kind of learn to just brush it off, and it's like, sorry, I ruined your day.
Yeah, right?
over a sandwich
Yeah.
or a
Yeah.
freaking $5 debit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, even when you think about it, like they're like on debit machines, they have like a minimum payment that you have to make, and our sandwiches are under $10. You know.
So it's gonna cost you to
Yeah. So
You gotta get a square. That's where it's at.
yeah.
Yeah, the square ones are good. It's
Yeah.
like, what is it, like 10 or 20 cents a transaction or something?
on debit, and then on credit it's a percentage, I think.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Yeah. I bet I have been looking into like debit and credit machines too, just to kind of anticipate it. So
Yeah.
when it
So where is Nana when you guys are working? Because a lot of the times like you're racing back and forth. Like we could sit and bullshit for hours, but I know when I walk in there I'm gonna get a quick hi bye. And
Right.
she usually 9 times out of 10 writes some shitty love note on my sandwich. Usually it's in the form of a picture of a dick. or something.
She knows her clients.
Something dirty, right? I always get the Uncle Jenny on there just because I'm a pervy uncle. Nana's usually not in the foreground. So what is she usually doing when we walk in there and we don't see her? She's
just
slanging
at home.
meat?
No, she's just at home. So she's really just now, she comes down when the deli's closed and does her stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So she still making the tiramisu, the soups, the salads and stuff, and she does it when the deli's closed, especially with COVID. She doesn't really want to be around people.
Yeah.
But yeah, during the day she's...
So she comes in like a couple times a week to make that tiramisu and the fresh everything.
Yep.
No shit, hey?
Yep.
That's so
I didn't even know you had tiramisu, so now I know what I'm having for
You've
lunch
never
tomorrow.
had her tiramisu before. It's
No.
going to be life-changing for you. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
I've never had a bad tiramisu,
Yeah.
but there definitely are some that are better than others.
Yeah.
Oh man, you got to get in on that shit.
I'm going tomorrow.
The
There's
sandwiches are just like the beginning.
Yeah.
But the sandwiches are so good. Oh my god, I love the fact that you can get them lettuce wrapped. So instead of the bun,
cool.
yeah, it's.
Do you have different breads too?
No, just the Kaiser buns.
Gotcha.
But lettuce
yeah,
wraps
right.
too.
Yeah.
But you, like, so many times, Kaish has given us, like, the ingredients. Like, she'll give us a bag of, like, the meat and the cheese that Lucy and I usually get on our sandwiches. And then she'll be like, okay, go get a head of lettuce, and I'll teach you how to do the lettuce wrap. And it's happened a couple times where she's tried to teach us how to do it. I do it at home. It doesn't look...
It's not the...
It just looks like a taco, like a lettuce taco. It's all messed up, but she does it, and she, like, rolls it tight, and it's like a freaking...
It's like a cabbage roll.
It is.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly like cabbage roll. Totally, yeah.
You do it so well. It's freaking awesome, man.
I've been doing it
It's
for
really good.
fucking 15 years. I should be
She's
good at
a
it.
master of the craft.
She's just like beats the shit out of the head of lettuce and then pulls it apart
Really?
and then shoves the ingredients in there. Like, I mean, I'm making it sound really aggressive, but I'm sure you do it with love and care.
Yeah, not
especially when it's
aggressive
mine.
whatsoever.
It's a love beating.
Yeah, fuck this bitch and her
not
head
a
of
hate
lettuce.
beating.
God, why couldn't she just have a bun?
yeah.
Difficult motherfucker.
Yeah. I was excited when you weren't on keto. I was like, finally buns again.
Yeah, I don't have to freaking order 10 heads of lettuce. Yeah. I know, and it's really handy because you're just down the street from the studio, from where we are. So it's nice to, the night before or whatever, the first thing in the morning while you're doing your bathroom duties, you just message Kaish, hey bud.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I forgot to take something out for lunch. Can I get the hookup? And that being said too, I wanted to touch on friends and family and discounts. How you navigate that, because I find it really hard as a business owner, both for my photography and my tattoos. I want to give everybody a discount or a deal. Yeah. And it's really hard to not do that. I feel, even though I know it's not expected, sometimes it can be really hard to not give them
You just have too big a heart, Jenny.
Yeah.
You had a big heart on.
You got a big heart.
On.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's...
Nana will kick your ass if you give
Like, yeah, there's that. But no, I'm just kidding. But I don't know. I think there's, a fine line to... giving discounts and that kind of thing. But it's come to the point where even when I started taking over the deli, like, I had people on my Instagram who I knew, like, acquaintances with, not necessarily friends or anything. And, oh, you're taking over the deli. Does that mean I get a discount? And it's just like, well, if I give you a discount, then I have to give everyone a discount because...
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, where do I draw the line? Oh, but you know me. Yeah, that doesn't matter. If I'm giving discounts out to everybody, I'm not making money.
Good for you.
And it was hard and it was really awkward the first time I had to do it, but then it just became...
Gets easier.
Yeah, it gets easier, and, I might throw a fudge in your bag.
Oh.
Little fudge candy, like, to say thanks for the business. But we basically buy those fudge candies just to give out for free anyways to, like, kids and stuff.
It's advertising.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely at the beginning it was very hard to kind of establish this boundary of who gets a little bit of a discount and who doesn't. And, you know, it just comes down to the point of I'm trying to run a business and I can't if I'm giving everybody discounts all the time.
Right.
Fucking never thought I'd be sitting here learning shit from you. My little Danny.
Yeah.
My business coach has a sheet of paper. I'll show it to you. It's called The Dangers of Discounting.
Okay.
And it's kind of a chart that says, okay, well, in this column, it's 5%, then 10%, then 15, then 20, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then in these columns, it's how much you have to make up in order to give out that discount.
Right,
and then
right.
the columns and the rows meet, and it shows you like kind of an amount. And
Puts
and,
things into perspective.
yeah, like when you see that, you'll be like, oh, well, I just gave a 10% discount. And then you scroll down and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see that piece of paper.
Yeah.
Maybe that would help me out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you do it all the time. Like, it's hard.
And I think...
like, it's hard, you know?
Yeah.
You don't know where to draw a line. And, you know, like, you have people who come to see you and they're like, you haven't seen them in a long time. And you're like, oh, you know, you're good shit. And I should really give you something. But then you just gotta realize that if they like it, they'll come back.
Yeah.
And discounts, really, I mean, people love them. But if they like what you do, they're going to come back no matter what.
Right.
Right.
So,
And
yeah.
also, if you're giving friends and family discounts, those are the people who should be definitely not asking for discounts. And not that they are asking,
Yeah.
and I know you just feel compelled.
Yeah.
But these are the people who should want to pay you even more than you're charging.
Yeah.
Not the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've definitely had some of my really good friends who have said, well, how about just giving me a quick discount on that? Or that's what you're charging. Like, you could quit your real job if that's what you're charging. Back when I worked for the company.
Yeah.
Well, you could quit your real job if that's what you're charging, like normal people. And I was like, oh, I should charge you double then, asshole.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
thanks for saying that as my really good friend.
Yeah.
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 That was an eye-opener, that one, for sure.
For sure, yeah. And, you know, I'd give discounts for nonprofit organizations, and that's it.
Yeah.
And none of my friends get discounts.
No.
I mean, I say that, but there's always the odd case, you know, where, you know,
Yeah.
someone's having a hard time and they just need something. But
Yeah.
I would rather, like you said, throw in something a little extra that I paid for, that I budgeted as part of my advertising budget.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I print things for a living, so maybe I give you a free T-shirt or a free little knick-knack with my logo on it. Or I would much rather do that. That's what your advertising budget is for.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's what I
You
do.
could order some little things and throw them in or whatever.
Tune in next week for the continuation of this episode. Until then, stay hip.